figure of 8 on a bite, but we're going to trace it through. So we're going to start with our tail hand, just as we always did. And we're going to come around. We're going to make our standard figure of 8 that we did a minute ago. See that? Coming here, making my loop, coming back towards you with the tail, back towards me, and the tail is going to poke through the hole. Okay, so there's our standard figure of 8. Now we're gonna retrace it back. Now what we have to do is we have to take this tail and follow this line. So if you look, this line, where does it go? It goes through here. So what this would be good for would be like, say we're gonna connect something to it, right? So you want to run it through back this way. Okay, you can see that I'm following it. Now where does this rope go? It goes behind, right? So I'm going to follow it behind. Now where does it go? See, it goes here. It goes inside. So I'm going to come here inside. There we go. Now where? It goes around the front and where? Out the back. Okay, so there we go. Looks like my tail is a little bit short, but nonetheless you get the point, right? This is a threaded in figure of 8 on a bite. This is a good one to use for rock climbing applications. See that? You want to make sure it's nice and clean. So that's figure of 8 on a bite threaded in. Okay, figure of 8 on a bite traced through or threaded. Here's my working end. I'm going to make a figure of 8. Standard figure 8. See that? Now what I want to do is I want to go around something, such as a carabiner or maybe the harness. Maybe my harness on a climbing situation. Let me come from the other side here. Okay, now what I need to do with this tail end here, this end over here that I'm wiggling, I need it to follow the first end. So it's going to come in, tighten everything up. Now it's going to come around, come through here, back around, and hopefully I have enough rope here. Now if you get this thing kind of twisted, you might want to retrace it. In our case, it's kind of twisted, so I'm going to twist this, unclip, reclip. Now generally speaking, you would want your tail to be a little bit longer, but that's what a threaded figure of 8 on a bite looks like. It's a very strong knot, very good to know. Okay, the figure of 8 on a bite, the one that you retrace, this could be used, this is a very, very common knot for climbing. So I start with my standard figure of 8, and you can see that I have a Swiss seat on. This is what I would use to come under both of my layers, and I'll use this. Let me turn the camera angle down. I will use this to thread through. This is how I would get myself tied in. Now, if you're going to do any kind of climbing or rappelling application, you want to make sure that you check your knot very well, and that you make sure that you have a good long tail on there. Not too long, but you know, you could also put like a little half hitch on there too to kind of get it out of the way. But that's the figure of 8 on a bite threaded through. That's one of the best things you can use that for, your harness.